It's interesting the position that I hold in the horror industry right now, and I don't quite understand it. Some of it may be the lit reactor articles that I write, so it's given me some kind of gravitas or authority. So even some established authors kind of talk to me more as a sort of authority on certain things. Also, I've taken the time to write some articles about some of the newer authors and to give them some shout outs, writing about some of the people in the industry that have accomplished some things. So it there's some people who appreciate that, and I think it's kind of endeared them to me a little bit. But there's a lot of the newer authors, especially ones that have started publishing during the pandemic, who seem to gravitate toward me and like looking for advice and stuff. And the funny thing is, I always feel like some of those guys are selling better than I am, and I should be talking to them. But that may be part of it too, the fact that when I am around some of those younger authors that are figuring out various platforms and are, you know, establishing their own styles and are really accomplishing something, I'm listening as much as I'm answering questions. So maybe they feel respected in some way, so they feel more validated, and so when they engage me, they feel like they have something to offer as well. So I'm not sure, but I have a number of the folks that kind of reach out to me and that kind of thing, and it may you know, like just being placed as a judge on something and being introduced and what you've accomplished and that kind of thing might add to some of that stuff. So some of the inadvertently some of the things I'm involved in may have given me more credit than I deserve or something. And maybe I'm just aging, so I look, you know, I'm aging faster than the average person, so I look older than I even am. But it's been interesting to kind of see myself taking on a different role in the industry than I have before. Now I would love it if that had come with more money than what I'm seeing at the moment. So that would be cool if that were a part of the formula as well. I feel like there's so many things that used to work that don't work anymore, and maybe they barely worked in the beginning anyway. If you're an author that's getting on in age, so you're becoming older, there's a responsibility to keep up with what's changing, and it doesn't mean you have to engage anything. So, for instance, you don't necessarily have to be on TikTok, but I think it benefits authors to at least understand how it works before they say it's not for them. So creating a TikTok account, even if you have no intention of making any, and then seeing what other authors are doing with it. What are the book reviewers doing and that kind of thing. And even if you choose not to do anything with it, just the act of being aware of what it is, how it works, what other people are doing can inform other platforms you're on. The whole reason I'm on Twitch is because he was aware of it and said even though he wasn't engaging the platform, if he were 10 years younger, he would come on here and do something on here. It's probably similar to some of the stuff he's doing on YouTube now, actually. Some of the stuff he's doing on his Patreon. But, you know, I came on here because of him being aware of this platform. And I think there's a responsibility, even if you're an older author, you either become the guy that complains the world left you behind, or you continue to be aware of things. So even if you don't plan to do TikTok, just seeing what other authors create on there can help you do something else. And it's probably not a good idea to do everything, if not to be on every platform, putting all your energy into every single one. You got to make some choices, but being aware of what they are and how they work and what people are doing with them benefits you in the long run. I went on to Kindle Vella when it first came around and experimented with it and really didn't get anywhere with it. And when my time constraints came up, that was kind of the thing I let go. But just the act of getting involved with it, and even though it didn't work, was beneficial to me in the sense of being aware of what's out there and knowing that I gave that one a shot, and now I can use that energy and what I created into something else. Authors that have no intention of being on Twitch, it wouldn't hurt them to watch a few writing channels and seeing what people are doing, even if that comes down to, you know, giving them some ideas for readings that they do on online conventions, or things they would do with their YouTube channel, or whatever it is. Just the act of being engaged with a platform that you ultimately decide not to use is still valuable. Now, you know, a couple of those older authors have made enough money to where they're fine. You know, they don't have to do anything new, and life passing, or the industry passing them by, is fine, because they don't need to put the time into to engage those new platforms. But a majority of those older authors who are complaining about being left behind, some of them are still stuck into, you know, self-publishing is a mistake idea, and ebooks aren't worth it, and that kind of thing. So, you know, they're decades left behind. And if I started talking to them about TikTok or Patreon or any of those other things, they would have no clue. It would be like I was speaking a foreign language to them, because they disengaged so long ago that the number of things you'd have to explain to get them up to this new platform you're talking about would just throw them for a loop.